And welcome back to Imperium Gaming. It's been a long time since we've done a battle report for lots of different reasons. We're trying to just get a couple quickly recorded before all the building works take place here. We have quite a big extension taking place on our house, which will give us a similar sized but dedicated studio for future battle reports, which hopefully we will be back online towards the autumn, I guess. But in the meantime, we're going to get a couple reports recorded for your viewing pleasure. So this is a 2,000 point matched play game, and we are going to be using supplies from above. So this is an Eternal War mission where you have 4 key points here, here, here and here. And this is the mission where they move. So you roll off for each one at the beginning of the turn and see if they move. And whoever gets the highest roll can move them up to 3 inches in a suitable direction. And you score these objectives at the beginning of your turn, starting from turn 2. So it's all about placement and board control in this game, and if you're really lucky you can bring those objectives closer to your own side. Now we haven't rolled off yet to see which side the 2 armies are going to be, but what we are playing is Night Lords, so Chaos Space Marines, versus Blood Ravens, so normal Space Marines. And here we have the Night Lords, 2,000 points, made up of 2 detachments. So the first detachment is a battalion. We are led by a Hellwright on a Dark Abeyant. That is our Warlord. He has the Unholy Fortitude Warlord trait. And then we have a Chaos Lord with a Power Maul and a Plasma Pistol. We have 3 troop squads, which are 3 Chaos Marines. Bare bones other than 2 plasma guns in each unit. And we have 2 Rhinos with Havoc launchers as their dedicated transports. Supporting them, we have a squad of 5 Chaos Terminators with twin lightning claws on 4 of them, but the champion has a power sword and combi bolter. We also have a squad of Raptors with 2 melter guns and a plasma pistol, and then finally a squad of 5 Warp Talons. So moving over to the Spearhead detachment, we have another Chaos Lord, this one with jump pack and twin lightning claws, and he's got the upgraded relic, the Claws of the Black Hunt. We also have 2 Havoc squads, one with 4 las cannons, one with 4 auto cannons, a dedicated transport of a Rhino with a Havoc launcher, and a Leviathan, Hellforged Leviathan Dreadnought with twin butcher cannons. So that's it, that's 2,000 points on the nose of Night Lords. And here we have 2,000 points of Blood Ravens. Now I understand that Nathan is going to be using these as a Raven Guard, and I understand there's 3 detachments. So talk us through what those are, Nathan. What's this one in the middle?
So this first one here is a battalion detachment led by Gabriel Angelos and his librarian. It's made up of troops wives, 3 scout squads, 2 of which have a missile launcher, and 1 of which is just a 5-man sniper squad. They all have camo cloaks.
They do have camo cloaks.
They're all upgraded.
So if these are Raven Guard, they'll be -1 to hit over 12 inches for the troops and dreadnoughts?
Yeah.
Right, okay. That's not nice. Okay, and who's your Warlord, by the way, before we go any further?
Gabriel.
Is it? Say, this is Gabriel. And if it wasn't him, I'd be really disappointed.
He's iconic.
He is, isn't he? So what's in this detachment? What is it?
This is the Spearhead detachment, which is the heavy support one, made up of a Devastator squad, 5-man, with 4 las cannons in it, led by a librarian with a jump pack, a Land Raider Helios, so 4 las cannons, the Helios launcher, and a Storm Bolter, and a Contemptor Mortis Dreadnought with a Cyclone missile launcher and twin Kerry's assault cannons.
Excellent. And then the third one is, well, it's pretty obvious what it is.
Yep, this is the Vanguard detachment, 3 Terminator squads. So 2 are identical with 2 Cyclone missile launchers, and then this middle one here has an assault cannon instead, and they're led by a chaplain in Terminator armor.
Very nice. That's an old school model, that chaplain. I really, really like them. So do you think you're going to be able to bring enough pain to defeat the boys in blue over there?
Yeah, easily. Got to put down those heretics.
Ah, there you go. So there's one other thing to show you before we stop this quick segment. For those of you who haven't watched our videos for quite a while, 2 of the doggies. So after the roll off and deployment, I got to choose. So the Night Lords player got to choose ends, and deployment type, or randomly roll. So it was hammer and anvil, and I've picked this end, rightly or wrongly. Blood Ravens are deployed down here. So we have behind here, we have Devastators and Scouts along with the Warlord and one of the Librarians along with the Land Raider and of course the Contemptor. Then sat over here on their own waiting to be killed are a single squad of Scouts. So I didn't notice there's a second squad of Scouts on the middle floor in there as well. Now in response to that, I have 2 squads of Chaos Space Marines sat within these vehicles. Both squads of Havocs in that Rhino, along with the Chaos Lord is next to them. Leviathan taking centre stage, no doubt to become a target. And then the Hellwright is sat there ready to give support where needed. And he's my Warlord, of course. And then I have another squad here ready in case they need to move for looking after this objective here. Now in reserve, if we just pan around, Blood Ravens have got all 3 squads of Termies plus the Chaplain and the Jump Pack Librarian. And then over on the other side, those are the 2 squads of normal guys inside a vehicle, as are those 2. And then I've kept my Termies, Raptors, Warp Talons and the Jump Pack Lord in reserve. So just coming back, what we have got is Nathan has decided that he is going to be player 1. I've already told him that I am going to steal the initiative, and I've got a reputation. My nickname is Mr. Jedi Dice, and Nathan's reputation is Junior Jedi, and he's predicting that I'm going to roll a 3. Now if I roll a 3, I'm going to have to buy him a beer. If I steal the initiative, I don't need anything. That's enough for me. So let's see what we get. Would you Adam and Eve it? It's a 3, so no initiative stolen. I've got to buy him a blooming beer.
Padawan becomes the master.
Yes, yeah, alright. The Padawan becomes the master indeed. So let's go straight over to Blood Ravens turn 1. So at the beginning of battle round 1, we have to roll off to see for what they call the drifting in the wind for each of these 4 objectives. So Nathan, you're player 1, you get to choose which one you want to do first.
Okay, so we'll start with objective number 3 here next to my Dreadnought.
Okay, so number 3, 4, and I've got a 1, so you can move it up to 3 inches in any direction.
Okay, so I think I'm just going to budget towards my little castle bit here. Like that.
Is that enough? It's up to you, but
Yeah, that's fine.
okay. And then which one's next?
Go here, number 1.
Okay.
Roll 1.
3. So I'm going to take it and move it 3 inches that way. Which one's next?
We'll go here for number 4.
Okay.
Roll 3.
3. 6. I'm going to just move that, tuck it into there. And then this one.
So 5.
A 6. Where was that 6 when I needed it? I'm going to move this and just tuck it up against here so that my guys on the other side of the wall here are holding it. Okay, so that's that. We'll now let Nathan do his movement and then we will see where we are. So after a very brief turn 1 movement, which consisted of the Land Raider repositioning so it has a line of sight down through to the Leviathan, and that was it. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that the forces of good have got 10 command points to play with, and the forces of pure evil have 9 to play with. So Nathan, let's go straight into psychics. And this librarian here is going to be casting Might of Heroes on the Land Raider. I don't have any way of stopping psychics even if I was close, but let's see, what do you need to get? Well, that's going to do it on a 10. Okay, so Might of Heroes, is that it? Because his other psychic power was...
Psychic Scourge, but I can't really do anything.
So there's nothing for that. There'll be plenty of time in a minute, trust me. Okay, so that's the end of the psychic phase. Do you know what shooting you're going to do, or do you want to have a think?
I think I'm going to have a think for now. 'Cause
Okay,
a lot of
so let's
targets.
just have a think and we'll be straight back. So we're just about to start the shooting, and Nathan's realised that the Contemptor, he forgot to move it and he can't actually see anything that he can reach, I have offered him, not a problem to move it, but he's adamant he's going to kick my backside without having to cheat, as he calls it. And I have pointed out to him it's a game, but he's adamant it's not happening. So, what's firing first, Nath?
So, I'm going to start with the Land Raider Helios first. And
Yep.
he's going to be shooting everything into that Leviathan for now.
Well, that little Leviathan.
Yeah, a little bit.
Has he done anything to hurt you at all?
Not yet, but he will.
No? Okay, so what's firing first?
So, I'll start off with the last count, so that's going to do the real damage.
Oh, yeah, and Gabriel's there for, is he?
Rerolls.
Rerolls of everything?
Yeah, and
'Cause
only to hit rolls.
That's what I mean. So, of course, he's a chapter master, so it's reroll all failed misses. Okay.
So, and it's hitting on 3s normally.
So 4 las cannons. So reroll the 2s.
So,
Still missed. Okay. So 2 hits, strength 9, toughness 8, 3s to wound.
so 1 wound.
Did you want to command point that at all?
Do you know what? I've got lots to spare, so I will. This time
Okay.
I'll spend 1 command point. So 2 wounds, 3 minus 3.
Okay. So I have a 5-up invuln. I chose not to do the prepared precisions because I thought there was going to be not too much coming my direction, and what would go straight through it. So I have a 5-up invulnerable save. So I've saved 1. I'm going to command point, try and save that other one. No, so 1 goes through. How much damage is that?
6 damage.
So 6 damage. So down to 8. So let's just pop a wound marker on. So 8 wounds for that one. What's firing next?
So the Helios launcher does have range.
Ah, okay, yeah.
It might not do much damage, might chip the paint a bit, but
I've not played against this one very often. So how many shots is it?
so it's 2d6, strength 7, AP minus 1, damage 1.
Okay.
So
3 shots. Yeah, that could be really good though. Up to 12 shots.
It's indirect fire as well.
So no line of sight needed. Ah, okay. All right. Okay.
So 3 hits.
Yep.
Leaving 5s to wound.
1 wound.
AP minus 1.
AP minus 1. So 2 up to a 3 up. Nope.
1
So
damage.
1 damage. Down to 7 wounds remaining. So he's definitely in the middle bracket now. What's going to be next?
That's all the Helios done for now then.
Yep.
So the scout squad's hit. Their snipers are out of range, but the rocket launchers can
Yep.
easily see the Leviathan. So I'll start off with this one here. So
Okay. And that one's within 6 inches for reroll, yes?
yep, Gabriel is buffing this entire little
Oh, is he?
fort.
Ah, okay.
So crack missile. Hits.
Hits.
Wounds.
Wounds. They're AP minus 2.
2.
Okay. So 4 ups. Saved.
Okay. And then on to the second one.
Hits.
Wounds.
Wounds. Okay. Nope. How much damage is this? 2. That could have been worse. So down to 5 wounds remaining. There is a 5 on here somewhere. I will find it eventually. So what's firing next, Nath?
So my original thought was to try and use the Devastators to shoot through this little rock tunnel here at a rhino.
Right, yeah, because they can see this rhino, but they can't see that rhino.
Yeah, but I want to try and secure first strike, so I think I'm going to put the 4 las cannons into that Leviathan, try and finish it off.
Yeah, wise choice. That's 16 shots at strength 8 there as well.
Yeah,
So
that's fantastic. So 4 las cannon shots then. One of them being Signum boosted, so hitting on 2. So that hits, and then the other 3, re-rolling this one. So 4 hits.
okay, yeah. Don't like this. 3s to wound.
4 wounds. Hopefully this will finish it off.
So 4 5-up invuln saves. So I've saved 2. So 2d6, please roll really low.
That's a
And
10.
he's gone. Does he explode?
Hopefully.
He doesn't explode. So that's first strike and a significant amount of my firepower removed from the table. And just checking, the only other unit that can reach at this point are these scouts who can just tickle the front of this rhino here. So fire away. So this is 5 snipers.
Yep. So 2 hits.
2 hits.
1 and 6s again, ideally.
Okay, but 2 wounds to save and 1 mortal wound taken anyway because of the sniper rule. So 3 up armor. Failed 1, so 2 wounds down. And is that the end of your shooting phase?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it. Okay, so let's just put that one down. He's on 8 wounds remaining now. That's not a bad start, I would say, for the Leviathan to be destroyed. You're holding 1 objective. You've got first strike. That's pretty good. So that's the end of turn 1, first half. Let's go across to the Chaos Space Marines and the Night Lords. See what pain they can bring now. So at the end of the chaos movement phase, I have advanced this rhino. I rolled a 6, so I've fully gone 18 inches forward, although I did have to curve around this big piece of terrain. I've moved this one forward, not its full movement, and I've moved the Hellright forward because I'm planning to heal it, which I will do now. So I heal D3 wounds on it. So that's it back to full. That's useful. These guys here have moved out to surround this objective because I want to make sure that if I lose the roll off, I'm still within 3. The Havocs, both squads have climbed out, and the Lord has moved across to make sure he's within reroll 1 range for them. And of course, the Rhino's parked across there. I can't guarantee to stay within 3 inches of it, but I should be able to. Now I have to think about what I'm going to target and what I need to take down first. So my obvious concerns are the Land Raider back here. So I'm going to start with this squad of Havocs, which has got 4 las cannons in it, and I'm going to play 1 command point for Veterans of the Long War, so that gives me +1 to wound rolls. So in essence, I'll be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, wounding on 2s. I had a quick pause then because my son was looking at me, shaking his head disapprovingly. It would normally be wounding on 2s, but of course he did Might of Heroes. So this is a toughness 9 Land Raider with my strength 9 las cannons, so wounding on 4s down to 3s because of Veterans of the Long War. So let's start with those. So 4 rolls to hit, looking for 3s. Re-rolling the 1. So that's 4 hits. Looking for 3s to wound now, should be 2s, but we'll settle for 3s. So I've got 2 wounds so far, and I'm going to burn a command point now to try and re-roll as I've got the hits. So that's 3 wounds achieved. So AP -3, you have 5 up saves.
So I made one of them.
You made 1?
I'm gonna command point one of them.
Okay.
Try and save it.
Looking for a 5 up?
No.
No. So 2d6 damage. 9. I'll have some of that. Okay. Next up to shoot, targeting these guys on the middle row, so the Devastators, are the autocannon Devastators. So they are 2 shots each. They will be normally hitting on 3s, but they're hitting on 4s because these have got the Raven Guard chapter tactics, but re-rolling 1s. So I'll re-roll the 1. That's pretty good.
A lot of 6s and 5s.
I'll take that. Strength 7, so 3s to wound. So that is 2, 4, 6 wounds, AP -1, but you've got +1 for being in the building, so straight 3 up saves.
So it's going to get 4 of them.
4 of them. That's pretty pants. I'll let you take those off and we'll come back.
Okay.
And then my penultimate piece of shooting, because most of my stuff is out of range or out of line of fire, is the Havoc launcher on here. I'm going to try and kill that final las cannon from that Devastator squad. So D6 shots, 2 shots, hitting on 3s normally, so hitting on 4s because of Raven Guard. So 1 hit, a 3+ to wound. No, he'd have been on a 2 up anyway. But so that's everything that can shoot because this squad here did advance. That thing doesn't have line of sight to anything, and I've only got 24-inch ranges on everything else. However, I'm now going to pay 2 command points because my entire army is Slanesh, and I'm going to do Endless Cacophony on the Havoc squad with the las cannons because I want to kill this thing, and it has 7 wounds left. So 4 las cannons, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, I could have done with better, but it'll go. So wounding on 3s, should be 2s, but wounding on 3s. 1 wound through because I can't re-roll, and then a 5 up, and he's made it. So that is the end of the shooting phase, and indeed the end of my turn. So that's the end of turn 1. We'll just have a quick tidy up, and then we'll do all the shenanigans that begin on turn 2. So Nathan was just pointing out to me that I haven't managed to get first strike. I very cunningly pointed out to him he's going to fail morale on his one last Devastator, at which point he spent 2 command points to make him pass, denying me an all-important victory point. So, turn 2. So first up on the agenda, and it's quite important that you get this right, the correct order is at the beginning of the battle round, you roll to see if any of these objectives move. Now there's 2 that are really important in this particular turn. It's this one, because I can make it not be within 3 inches of Nathan, and that one, because he can make it so it's not within 3 inches of me. This one's less important, but in theory, he could kill me to stop me scoring it, and no one's holding this one. So let's do the most important one in my eyes, is that one.
Number 3.
So I will indeed move it 3 inches this way. So you don't score that one. Now, are you going to return the favour over there?
It would be justice.
Oh, and he's got 4 to my 3. So this will head this direction so that I don't have it anymore. We'll measure it up perfectly in a second, but it's feasible. This one here, I predict this is going to be a stalemate. See, Mr. Jedi Dice has still got it. And then this one here.
I'm going to roll a 4.
I'm going to roll a 5. No, but I got the 6. Yes, you've got the 4. I'm going to move this one 3 inches closer to my unit here. So I can try and get behind the barricades. Because I did forget to mention we're using all of these lines here as barricades. So they do give infantry a cover save. But, so that's it. Now we can score up. At the beginning of this turn, I'm afraid you don't score anything. But you have already got 1 victory point for first strike. Currently I have nothing. And you need to stop me from holding that one, I guess, if you care about victory points. And then let's not forget, this turn, there is all of this lot. So here we are at the end of the movement phase, turn 2, first half. Not a lot has moved. Scouts have stayed the same. The librarian has moved across slightly. The land raider, forgot what it was called then. It's going to be dead next turn, hopefully. Has moved across to increase its line of sight, and the Contemptor has just jiggled across to make sure it's holding that objective, assuming it doesn't move. However, when we pan across to what was the Night Lord's end of the table, there are now just as many Blood Ravens as there are Night Lords. So we've got 1 squad here who've dropped in, so they're just 9 inches away from this unit, as are this squad here, who have the Chaplain in Terminator armour with them as well. And then finally, this squad over here together with the Librarian. Now I know what Nathan's planning. He's going to want to try and either kill all of these or pile in and kill them in combat. And I reckon I saw him lining up. He's got line of fire across to here with the missiles. He's going to try and hurt that rhino and then charge it and take that objective. I can feel it. I can feel that's what's coming. But let's see. First of all though, we do have a psychic phase. So we might as well do that first. What have we got coming at ya?
So this librarian here is going to cast Might of Heroes again on Land Road.
Oh yeah, to toughness 9 again.
Which he's going to fail that.
That's a fail. How much do you want it? Do you want to do a reroll or do you want to save it?
I'm gonna do a reroll, I think, of the 1.
Okay.
My library is pretty valuable.
Okay, so a 6, that is in. So Might of Heroes has taken place over there. What's next? I take it there's nothing else over here because I haven't got anything there. So what's this dude in the back going to do?
This librarian is going to cast Veil of Time on the Terminators here.
And that does the reroll charges?
Yes. So we get half on Nate.
Okay, I got no way of stopping it.
And then for his, he has a null zone, but he's not going to use that. Instead I'm just going to go for a Smite, which the person we model here will be a Rhino.
Okay.
Which is going to go off.
On a 10, so D3. So just the 1.
More wound.
Okay, so if you can pop that on a 9, that would be good. So 9 wounds remaining on that rhino. So that is the end of psychics. We'll let them have a quick think and then we'll do the shooting. So first unit that's going to be firing is the Land Raider, which is degraded by 1 section. I understand all 4 las cannons are coming in onto this lead rhino, and then the Helios launcher is going to start firing at the Havocs. So fire away.
So starting with the las cannon shots, I'm hitting on 4s now, but re-rolling because of Gabriel.
Yeah.
There we go. So 4 shots.
Oh dear. 3s to wound.
Only
So 2 wounds. So 6 up saves needed. No, not made. So 2d6 damage.
9.
9. So down to 1 wound remaining. So let's pop that onto there. Put it behind it. So that's 1 wound left on that one. Now the Helios launcher, before you shoot, I'm using a stratagem in Midnight Clad, which gives you -1 for any units that target that Havoc squad with the las cannons.
Okay,
So where you were hitting on 4s, you're now hitting on 5s.
Okay, so the number of shots will be 8.
So you're hitting on 5s, you'll still get to reroll 1s, 2s and 3s, but not the 4s.
Okay. Which roll 3 4s.
So 3 4s and misses. 1 hit so far, and then 4 to reroll.
So just the 1 hit.
Just the 1 hit. That was worth 1 command point.
So freeze the wound. 1 wound. AP -1, so you'll be able to free it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a save. Okay. That felt good. Not so good with that, but that was okay. For a damaged Land Raider, I think he did alright. And I'm down to 3 command points remaining now, and you've still got 6.
5 now.
5, sorry. Because you reroll, yes. What's going to fire next? Do you want a moment?
Yeah.
Okay, after some thought, the Contemptor Mortis is going to fire next. He can only reach this 1 wound rhino with his Keres autocannons, so they're all firing into that, and the Cyclone are firing at the second rhino. So, what's first?
So, 2 crack missiles.
Okay, so the missiles at this one.
So
1 hit, 1 miss, but reroll because of Angelos.
So 2
It's
hits.
2 hits, because let's not forget Angelos is hidden just
Tucked away right there. So strength 8.
Toughness 7.
1 wound.
1 wound. So AP -2, yeah?
Yep.
So a 5 up to save. Nope. How much
6
damage?
3.
So it starts. So this guy will be down to 7 wounds.
Okay. And then the 12 shots trying to finish off this 1 wound run.
Yeah, you'll need to get 1 through. So hitting on 3s because of moving.
3 ones, but rerolling them.
Yeah. The 2s were the ones you couldn't reroll and you didn't get any. So
10 hits.
that's a decent number of hits.
So strength 7.
So 4s to wound.
Okay, so 5 wounds.
7.
7, yeah.
7 wounds. There's maths there, look.
Can't count.
Education for today for the youngsters, hey? What can you say? Alright then, so 4 ups because it's AP -1. No, it is dead. Does it go bang?
Hopefully.
It does. Marvellous. So the only unit in 6 inches is this one. So how many does it do? It does 1. So he's down to 6 wounds remaining. And then let me just count out. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice. So this is for the contents. On 1s, they die. So I just lost the 1. So I'll just put them down. So next up is the 1 las cannon on the middle section of that building, firing down here, I'm told. You're going to try and get a lucky 6 wound off it, finish it in 1 shot?
Nice.
You're going to hit on a 2. Called it. On the re-roll, it's going to be a 1.
No, it's going to be a 4.
No, but it's still a hit though. That's a shame. So 3s to wound.
That's a wound.
That's a wound. So I need a 6. 6 to save. No. And D6 damage.
Lucky 6.
Just the 1. So down to 5.
I'm not going to plan for that.
No, because I think you already did 1. So
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did.
you did. So reroll's already done. So this one's down to 5 wounds now.
Okay.
What's next?
So now I'm going to move on to the first scout squad up here.
Oh, so is the one on the top level?
Top one. So missile launcher is going to fire at that rhino.
You
Try
can see that come in.
some more. And then the snipers are going to go. I know I've got the -1, but they're going to go for the las cannon havocs.
They're going for the last cannon havocs here. Go on then. What are you going to do first?
So crack missile.
Yep.
Hits.
That's a hit. 3s to wound.
It's not a wound.
No, not a wound.
And then 4 sniper shots.
Yeah, so 4s to hit. And you can re-roll the... no, you can't re-roll that. No. You're right.
Wanting 6s ideally.
Yeah, but 5s to wound because toughness 5. No, nothing.
And then, so the second squad then, I think it's going to do the same thing.
Cut and paste, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the missile down at the rhino here.
Hits.
That's a hit. Looking for 3.
Wounds.
Looking for a 5 up. Saved. And then the 4.
4 sniper shots.
So 4s to hit. You can re-roll the 1 though because of
See,
Gabriel.
I want those 4 back.
Yeah, look, 4 6s. Ooh. Okay, so
wound.
1 wound. And I have a 2-up save because of the cover. No, I saved.
Okay.
So no damage
I was expecting
taken.
a bit more from that.
I thought that you would do better, to be fair, because I know how many mortal wounds you normally roll for snipers. I feel blessed at the minute. So then this squad here, firing
At the tactical squad.
at the tactical squad here. Yeah, well, yeah, Chaos Space Marine squad.
Okay. So
3 hits,
ideally 1 in 6.
4s to wound. So 1 dies and 2 saves. So 3 ups because they're not within 2 inches of the barricade. They don't get the benefit, but they saved that. So 1 dies. I'll just take one of these straps from the back. And oops, what's next?
So I think that's all the shooting in the castle done.
So the castle's complete. This now it's going to be a storm of fire of storm bolters and missiles.
Indeed. So starting with the Turbo squad here with the
So
assault
this
cannon,
squad,
they're going to unload into this
everything into here.
Space Marine squad here.
Okay.
So I'll start with the assault cannon.
So here's an interesting rule about cover. Whilst this side are physically stood in the cover, because the whole squad's not stood in the cover, I get no cover.
Me. So 4s to hit.
So-
Moved.
Yeah, so this is the
Assault
assault cannon. Yeah. 3s to wound.
So 4 wounds.
4
minus
wounds,
1.
AP -1. So looking for 4 ups. So that's 2 die. I'm going to take them off of the front for now. And then what's next?
And then
Storm bolters.
fire. So
There's 20 storm bolter shots. There's 5 guys with... Sorry, no, one of them's got the assault cannon, so 16 storm bolter shots. Of course, it's the guys over here, isn't it? With the cyclones, they can fire their storm bolters and the cyclone, can't they?
So because I've got quite chunky dice, I'm going to break this up into 2 rolls a day,
Okay.
just to make it easier.
So these are hitting on 3s
5 hits so far.
and wounded on 4s.
I'll just do
Oh,
the other though.
right, okay, I'm with you. So this is the hits again.
And then another.
Another 6, so 11 hits.
Yeah.
4s to wound.
Okay.
So 3 more dice needed on top of the ones you've got there. And 4s to wound. So is that 5 wounds?
5 wounds.
3 ups. Ah, that's how you roll it. Look,
Saves.
that's how you roll it. It's all going to horribly wrong next, I expect. So what unit's next?
Okay, so next then, I'm going to go to here. So the Cyclone Missile Launcher
Yep.
is going to try and finish off that Rhino finally.
Yeah, I get the theme of what's happening here.
And
Okay.
then
And then his storm bolter, I guess, is firing where the other storm bolters shoot. And what's your target? Are you going to carry on for these, or are you going to try and have a go at the Havocs?
I think I'm leaning more towards the Havocs because I'm a bit scared of killing too much of them and failing a charge. I kind of want to
Okay.
leave a charge option open.
Yeah, I get that. So, do you want to do the Cyclone first?
Yeah. So 2
And then it is the
missiles.
Havocs, yeah?
Yeah, the Havocs.
Okay.
So that's
So,
one hit.
1 hit, strength 8, 3s.
1 wound.
Looking for the 5 up again. No, d6 damage.
5.
That's it.
Does it?
So does it go kaboom? It doesn't. So let me just get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice. The contents on 1s. Oh, and 3 die. So we'll just pause whilst I deploy them. And this is what it looks like. So I lost 3 on that deployment. So I just put some dice down to remind us for morale because it's difficult to remember everything when you're as old as I am. So now we have the 20 storm bolter shots coming in on the squad of Havocs.
So I'm going to do 2 lots of 10.
Yeah, so hitting on 4s because of the in midnight clad. Okay, so that's the first half. You're going to do the wounds then for these,
Yeah.
and then we'll do the second 10 afterwards. So 5s to wound.
So 5 wounds.
So 2 wounds. No, 5s to wound because Havoc's
Oh,
a
yeah.
toughness 5.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So
wounds
2 wounds, 3 ups from this side. Oh dear. So 2 die. So I'm going to take the sergeant or the champion and one of the las cannons, and then the other 10 shots.
Okay, so
4 hits and now 5s.
1 no wound.
No wounds at all. Okay, that's still 2 that came off.
Chaplain's got his 4 shots.
And is he firing in the same place? Yeah.
Yeah, Havocs.
Okay.
So that would be 2 hits. No wounds.
No wounds.
Okay. I just need to decide what I want to do with this last squad now.
Do you want to think?
Yeah.
So, he's had a good think about what he wants to do, and he's decided that he's going to do all of the Stormbolters at the second squad of Havocs, so the guys without in Midnight Clad, so that's the autocannons, and then the Cyclone is going to go in and try and pick off another 1 or 2 of the las cannons. So what are you going to do first?
I'll start with the Cyclone, so I'm going to use Crack because if I do hit, I'm more likely to actually get a kill.
Okay. So
one
one hit. No wound. Toughness 5, yeah. In the old rules, that would have been a wound. And I would have probably failed it, but fortunately not. So 20 shots. So you're going to do the same thing again, 10 shots. So these are hitting on 3s because there's no minus against this squad. And then 5s to wound. So 3 wounds. So 3 up saves. 1 dies. I'll take him off in a minute. Okay, load more. 5s again. 2. And no, so just the 1. So I'm going to take the sergeant. Get him off of there. I think, other than your librarian at the back could fire his bolt pistol at the rhino. That's all he's got.
Try and get a wound.
Hits. Looking for 5.
Wounds.
Alright, okay. No, I saved.
So
okay, so that is the end of the shooting phase. Have you got many charges to do?
1 or 2.
Do you want to start your first one?
Okay, yeah, so I'll start this one. This is a nice and easy one.
So that's them guys back there, yeah?
So the Terminators into the Rhino.
Okay, so it's a 9-inch charge.
So you get Overwatch first.
I'll do the Overwatch afterwards. I'm not going to be able to stop you.
So 9 inches and then re-rolling if I fail, but
That's a 10.
So that's nice.
Let's quickly do the Overwatch then. So I have bolters, so combi bolters, no hits, and then D6 shots with Havoc launcher, 2 shots, looking for 6s. I got 1 hit, strength 5, so 3s to wound. No wound. So you can move those in a minute. Who's charging next?
We'll start with the back squad here.
So this squad here, 9-inch charge into them.
They made it.
Okay, now that's just taking the mic. Let's do the Overwatch. So bear with me, I'm just going to do this off screen so I can work out who can see and who can't. Decided that I'm going to roll these. So this is 3 bolt guns, rapid firing. So 2 hits, no re-rolls. 4s to wound, no wounds. But I'm going to overcharge and rapid fire 2 plasma guns. So 1 hit. I should have done them separately in case I rolled 1s. So looking for a 3 to wound. Do you know what? I'm going to command point reroll that because it's the charge phase. Oh, there's another command point down and they made it in. Okay, let's just see now if the other unit makes it in as well, and then you can move them in because there's no Overwatch for them. No.
I'll attempt with the chaplain as well.
Okay, so the chaplain, he might need a 10, but let's see what you roll and we'll measure up. No. Okay.
And then the only final one here would be the librarian.
Oh, the Libby's going in as well. Okay. No. Okay, I think that's enough. 2 squads in, so let's position them and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so after getting everyone positioned, ready to fight, Nathan made a slight mistake. He kept himself in space and within distance for me to heroically intervene with my Chaos Lord. So I have. So that's where we're starting. So first of all, you're hacking with Power Sword first.
So Sergeant is 3 attacks. Hang on freeze, so 1 hit. And then he's strength 4.
So 5s to wound. No.
And then where it should hopefully hurt will be 2 attacks each on the Power Fists.
So 8 attacks. Hitting on 4s because they're -1 to hit, yeah?
Yep.
It's not too bad. And then 3s to wound because they're strength 8 because it doubles your strength.
Oh, it's good.
And what's the AP on those 5?
-3.
So 6 ups. Not a single one. So D3 damage for each one, unless you roll 1s on all of it. So Yahtzee would be nice. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 1 wound remaining. Do you want to command point one of those D3s?
I am tempted. Do you know what I will?
Go on then, let's see what it does. And it paid off. Do I explode? I do. Oh no. and I moved my Lord within distance. So D3 damage to my Chaos Lord. 1 damage. D3 damage to Terminators. 3 damage. That's 1.5 Terminators killed.
Not very nice.
No, I'll let you pick which ones you want to remove.
Okay.
And I'll remove this big boy. Okay, so that's that squad done. You did what you wanted to do because you are now sat on the objective, and if it doesn't move, you'll be able to score that one. So down to here first. Who's first? Power fists or sword?
Sword.
Okay.
So 3 attacks. 1 hit again.
No wound. You're not having a lot of luck with those dice.
No. And 8 power fists.
So hitting on 4s.
4 hits.
Okay. This is where you could have done with if that Terminator Chaplain had got in, you'd be re-rolling the hits, wouldn't you?
The wounds on 2, 3 wounds.
So 6s.
6 saves.
No, so 3 die. I'll take those off and then we'll do my fight backs because that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 seconds. Okay, so let's start the fight back here then. So the Chaos Lord has 4 attacks. Looking for some 6s. So hitting on 2s. Re-rolling 1s because of himself. So he's got 4 hits. No 6s for Death to the False Emperor. He's got a Paramour, so he's straight 6. So he's wounding on 3s. So 3 wounds in total at AP -1. So 3 ups. Oh my gosh. So that's 2 more killed then, because 1 was on 1 wound. Now we might get to see the power of Night Lords when it comes to the morale phase, even with only one of us within 6 inches. And we'll consolidate your guy in a minute. Then around here, I have 6 attacks. Let's just get these dice out of the way. 6 attacks. So that's 4 guys, or 4 guys, and the champion with a chainsword. So hitting on 3s. We have 1 6, so Death to the False Emperor. That missed. Let's move that out of the way. And then 4s. 1 wound to save on a 2 up. And he takes a wound. Doesn't kill anyone though, so there's no issues with morale over here. So that is the end of the phase, isn't it? So we'll start with this squad. So I've taken 5 casualties. I'm leadership 8. So on a 4 up, I lose another 1. 5s and then 6s. No, so I'm okay. Now over here, you've lost 3 guys. So your leadership 8, I think. Might be 9. Not sure. Let's just check a moment. Can you pick it up on your doodah there?
Leadership 9, yeah.
9. So leadership 9. You've lost 3. You're down to leadership 6. And you've got -1 because you've got 1 of my units within 6 inches. So on a 5, you lose 1. On a 6, you lose 2. No, you're okay. So other leadership checks. Here I lost 3. So roll a 6. Well, not roll a 6. So they're okay. Here I lost 2, so I can't fail. And here I can't fail either. So that's it. That's not a bad turn for you. Let's just remove all the marker dice and then we'll go into the second half of turn 2. Okay, at the end of the movement phase, I had to think a bit. So I've charged forward here to try and surround this objective. I've dropped in the Raptors with a couple of melter guns to try and deal with the Contemptor. I had to move the Havocs around so that the autocannons have got sight of the Terminators and the las cannons have all got sight of the Land Raider down there. I must admit I'm loving this whole thing of being able to move and shoot heavy weapons without a minus. I've dropped the Lord in on the jump pack and the Warlord has moved over closer. He's going to try and pull off a charge, but he's going to try and fire all of his weapons. I've kept in combat here. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not, but I've done it. And then this squad has moved forward and I kept this squad in combat because I don't want any overwatch when these charge in. Although I have just remembered that they are immune to overwatch anyway, but hey, we all make mistakes. Darn. Anyway, let's go for it. Let's do some shooting as there is no psychic phase. So I'm going to go straight over to here for the main event, so to speak. So 2 melter guns firing at the Contemptor, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Strength 8, toughness 7, 3s to wound. That is a wound, sir.
So I have 5 up in roll.
You have indeed. That's cocked. Try again.
Made.
That's 6. Oh, okay. That wasn't supposed to happen. Then a plasma pistol. That's a hit. And that is a wound as well. So you're 5 up invuln again. No, so he takes a wound. And then 2 pistols. Normal bolt pistols. 1 hit. No wound. Okay, that wasn't as good as I had hoped for. Then over here, I forgot to point out, so these guys have dropped in, and they're going to shoot at the librarian, who is the closest model. So there's only the champion, who's got a combi bolter. The rest of them have got close combat weapons. So 3 hits, 4 is to wound. So 2 wounds for you to save, sir.
So 3 ups.
3 up saves.
Made 1.
So he takes a wound. Okay. Hopefully he's going to get sliced up in a minute.
Hope not.
So then here, this squad are all going to fire at these dudes.
You're within 12 inches
I think I am within 12. Let's just, sorry about that. So 12 inches, you're within 12, but there's only 3 guys who are in rapid fire range. So that's 6, 7, 8. 8 bolt guns, 4, 6, 7, 8, including the rapid fire versions. That's not bad, because I don't get the -1 to hit. That would have been horrific if it did. 4 is to wound, so 4 wounds so far.
So I'm on 2 up saves because of the camo cloaks and in cover?
So they're normally 4 ups, 3 ups, 2 up, yes. So
Doesn't
2
matter,
die, okay. And then 2 plasma guns, single shots, both of them hit, 3s to wound, both of them failed, and I'm not going to burn a command point because I have very few left. Okay, so that's end of the table done. I'm just going to take a pause whilst I think. But something we forgot to do that Nathan did tell me he wanted to do, and I just got a bit carried away, was he was using Auspex scan on the Terminators to shoot at the Lord, which is actually viable. I didn't think it was, but it is, because this squad are positioned further back. The only closer unit is the Hellright, and of course Hell characters don't count to stop you shooting at other characters, so he is still within 12 inches and a viable target. So this Terminator squad is going to fire everything at the Lord and try and take him out before he gets a chance to boost everyone's shooting.
So I do have -1s to hit because that's
Yep.
part of the stratagem. So I'll start with the cyclone missile launcher.
Okay, so that's going to be hitting on 5s because you still count as your previous movement phase you moved.
So 2 crack missiles. No hits.
Nope, they missed. Okay, and then 20 to do it in batches of 10 again.
Yep.
So 4s to hit and 4s to wound.
So 6 hits there. 1 wound.
Only 1
All
wound.
Those 2s.
That's almost Yahtzee. I saved that. I think Lady Luck's on my side so far. No,
4
definitely.
hits.
4 hits.
1
Just
wound.
the 1 wound, which I saved. Okay, that could have been terrible. Unfortunately, the dice were on my side, and the Padawan is not yet the master. So now we'll do the squad in here. So 5 pistols into the Terminators, because why not? So that is cocked. Let's just see what that one comes back as. So 4 hits, 4s to wound. So just the 1 wound to save on your 2 up. That's a save. Then here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 bolt guns, single shots over at the Termies. So 3 hits, 1 wound, saved, and then 2 plasmas, 2 hits, 2 wounds.
What's the AP on these?
So it's AP -3, so 5 up invulns. So
1 dead.
killed
and
1.
wounded.
No, it's 1 wound.
I think I was already damaged by 1.
No, it's these guys.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, because these are in combat. I could only shoot at those with the squad that was in combat.
Right, okay, yeah.
So here, so one of those dies.
Okay.
Would you like to pick one off?
This one.
Okay, I'm going to do something now I'm probably going to regret. My Chaos Lord is going to overcharge his plasma pistol, and he's going to shoot at the squad. Please don't roll a 1. He hits, because he hits on a 2. 3s. Oh no, I'm going to command point that. That's a wound. So 5 up invuln to save 1. No, so killed 1. And that's me out of command points now. So I have nothing left. That's really important. Really important. So now we'll go to here. So the squad of 4 Havocs. Autocannons into the Terminators. Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling the 1s. So managed to get 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. So 3 wounds, AP -1, flat 2 damage. So 3 ups. Saved them all. I was hoping for a bit better. So the Lord hasn't got any weapons that can do anything. I'm going to do these 3 now. So 3 las cannons over at the Land Raider. 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s. Reroll that 1. Only 1 hit.
Also -1 because of Raven Guard.
Oh yes. No, that's not for the tank. It was everything else.
Yeah,
so, but that's still a hit. And no wound. And I have no dice to reroll, and I've already rerolled. Okay. The luck does go back and forth. Now I've got to do the Hellrite. Now I have to consult my sheet because he's got so many weapons on him. So first of all, he's got a flamer, D6 shots, 6 shots. Sorry, I didn't show you where I rolled it. I should have done. And 2 wounds. So it's a normal flamer, 2 up saves. Saved. Then he has got a soul burner pistol. Oh, he can't fire that because he fired the other weapons. He's got his warp fire lance, which is heavy 2, and they don't get any minuses for shooting and moving. So he missed on the 2, but he can re-roll the 1 because of the Lord, because their ballistic skill is 3, although their weapon skill is 2. So he does hit. This is strength 6, so 3s to wound, then it's AP -3. So that is a wound, so 5 up invul. You made it. That's a shame because that's D6 damage that does. It is. It can be really good. And I think it's a little bit underwhelming. That's all my shooting, and what I did was 1 wound on him, 1 wound on him. Killed 1 Terminator up here. And did I pop a wound on? I think I might have popped that wound on it this time or last time. I'm not sure. That's it. That's not good. Alright, I'm going to have a think about my assaults and then I will come back. Well, this is going to be interesting because I'm going to try and swamp Nathan now and then try and kill at least a model from some of his units so that I can do the super morale effects that come with being Night Lords. And other than the people who are already in combat, the Havocs are going to be the only squad that I don't try and charge with. So let's start here with the the Raptors. They are trying to charge the Contemptor. Would you like to Overwatch? Would you like to know if it's important first? See if I'm going to reach you. So a 9 to reach. So I'm not going to be reaching because that's an 8. I haven't got any command points left.
Okay. So I'll start with his second missile launcher.
Okay.
I'll go for 2 crits. No hits, although re-rolling because of
Gabe's.
No hits. And then onto his assault cannons.
Yeah, this could hurt, couldn't it?
So 1 hit so far, and then re-rolling all these. Another hit.
Just the 2. Oh, that's not so bad.
And then
3s to wound, strength 7,
2 hits.
and AP -1, so 4 ups. So I lost one of the normal guys. I'll take him off and put him there. So next, I'm going to do these. It's an 11-inch charge onto the scouts. Let's go for it.
Okay, so 5 sniper shots.
Just so you know, I don't make the charge.
No hits.
No hits. I wasn't too bothered about that because I wanted to stay around the objective, but then I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could have made it in? The next one will be the Terminators. Now this is the one I do want to make the charge. Would you like to fire your pistol at me as I charge your Librarian?
I'd love to.
No, but re-rolling?
No.
Okay, 9. You need a 9. Oh, that's twice I've rolled 8s. That's actually more frustrating than anything. Okay, let's come around to the Warp Talons. No Overwatch because they're charging this squad here. That's cool. They're in. So I'll move them in a second, but actually I'll do it now because they're going to come around to this side. Let's get them all in. Squeeze those in and to there. So now I'm going to try and charge these in around as well. On the 9, that'll be in. I'll measure them in a minute because they're going to be a little bit more difficult to do. So next I need to decide who's going to eat the Overwatch. My Warlord is going to charge your Terminators.
Okay.
So this is this dude, the Hellright.
So
Go for it.
missile launcher, 1 hit.
Oh. Not a wound.
How many wounds does the Hellright have in total?
That's a very good question. Quite a few. He has 6 wounds.
And what invuln does he have?
He has a 5 up invuln, a 2 up armor save, and he regenerates a wound every turn.
So I do have a couple command points left, so I might re-roll that, see if I can help myself in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna re-roll it.
So this is re-rolling for the wound.
Wounds you.
Okay, AP -2, so 4 up because my armor is 2 up. I really need to make this. This actually might not have been a good choice.
Roll a 1.
I rolled a 2. That's D6 damage.
Hopefully I roll a 6.
No.
Of course I roll a 1.
And you've already done a re-roll.
Yep.
So that's him down to 5 wounds. Next you've got your Stormbolters, so there's 4 guys left.
Okay.
So 16 shots.
Yeah, I'll do this in 2 out of 8.
Okay.
No hits.
And then the second half,
1 hit.
5s.
No.
Okay. Do I make it in? I don't know what I need. It's probably about a 7, but we'll see. So we need to measure this exactly. Would you do the honours? So as long as I'm within 7 inches to touch, but I think it might be more, but we'll see. No. Yeah, so I only have to be within an inch. So it's close, but it's not quite there.
No.
Darn. Okay, so now the Lord has to eat the Overwatch.
Okay, so
Go for it.
1 hit.
Stop it.
1 wound.
Alright. 4 up invuln. Stop it. 5. That kills him outright.
Well,
One thing I have just remembered, and I forgot, is this guy has got Unholy Fortitude. So actually he would be on 6 wounds. However, I can ignore wounds on a 6. So let's see if I did ignore it. No. So you just shot my Lord out. Oh my Lord. So that wasn't great. I made 1 charge with the Warp Talons, and 2 charges because they made it in. I just haven't moved them yet. But the one I really wanted was to be over here on the Librarian, and I wanted both of these 2 to be in and deleting some of that Terminator squad.
Yeah, that could have been quite devastating.
It could have helped me a lot, I think. At least you're not smiling too much about it. You git. Right then, I'm going to move these dudes in, and then we'll resolve the combats. So, I'm going to start with the charge here. So the Warp Talons have 11 attacks. So they get a base 1 attack each, plus because they've got 2 sets of lightning claws. So they are hitting on 3s. So let's take out the misses. Then they wound on 4s, but they get to re-roll because it's lightning claws. So 3 so far. So 4 in total at AP -2, flat 1 damage.
So 4 ups.
So 4 ups.
Me,
So
2.
2. So 1 guy dies and another guy goes down to 1 wound. So I'll take out the guy who's died. You got any preferences? Just one of the normal blokes?
Yeah, another normal guy.
Okay, then for this squad, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks. That was all I could get in, unfortunately. So 5 attacks. Death to the False Emperor. So that's in. So 4 hits. 4s to wound. So 2 wounds. This is straight 2 up armors. Ooh, so another one dies.
Not looking good for the morale.
It's not looking good because there are 3 units around you at the moment. So I'll take that one off. So that's the 2 charging units. So then I can pick 1 unit that's in combat already, and I feel I need it to be over here. So 4 attacks from the Lord, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of himself,
And an extra 2 because of that.
and 2 extras. Yes, Death to the False Emperor. Okay, that's quite cool. Which I get to re-roll the 1 because it's an extra attack. So at 4 attacks, I got 6 hits, and 3s to wound. So 4 wounds to save. think it was -1.
How much damage?
Let me just check. Paramort is -1. It's only 1 damage each, so I need you to save 2 of them, please.
Save 3.
You saved 3, so he's on 1 wound remaining. So now you can select a unit to engage with. So down here, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so I take it you're going to attack my unit that you're already locked in combat with.
Yeah, try and finish them off.
Yeah, because that if you can kill those, that'll be 1 less -1 to your leadership.
Yeah.
But there's still 5 guys in there. So you've got your power sword. So he's 3 attacks.
2 hits.
2 hits, 4s.
One
So
wound,
6
8
up.
3.
So 1 dies. I'll take him out in a minute.
How many?
And then there's
left?
2 other guys. So 4 attacks with power fists.
So 1 hit. 1 wound.
And so 2 guys died. Not enough to kill me and not enough to make me die to morale. So let me just remove those a moment. And we're back in the room. Okay, so I needed to try and work out who was going to die in here. But we have still got the fight back for the Terminator Sergeant over there. So 3 attacks.
3 hits.
3 hits, 4s to wound.
1 wound.
1 wound. Let's see if I can save that. So no, because I needed a 4 up because of my invuln save. So down to 4 wounds. Let's pop that there. So now we have the morale phase. There's only 1 unit that actually can be adversely affected by morale, and it's this unit here. So they're normally leadership 9. They've lost 2, brings them down to 7. However, there are 3 Night Lords units minimum, and that's the maximum I can do. So -1 to leadership for each and every unit up to 3. So down to leadership 4. So roll a d6. That'll be okay then. Yeah, that's jammy.
To a 5 then.
If you rolled a 6, I think you would have lost the whole squad. So that's it for the end of this turn. Let's just wrap up as we go into the beginning of the next turn. Let's just work out what moves where, because this is quite important for when it comes to scoring at turn 3, beginning of your half. I need to win that one. Looking to beat a 5. No, so you can move it if you want to.
Yeah, I'll just move it up to that building bit there.
Okay, so there's multiple people, so you're going to score that one in a minute. Now over here, either one of us will win. So if you win it, you can move it so it doesn't reach me. If I win the roll off, I can move it so it's only within 3 of me but not of you. So then I'll score it. So you can't actually score it, but you can stop me. Okay, move it in a minute, but you just move it out 3 inches. This one here,
Another important
the
one.
same. You can actually make me not hold it. So I need to win this one.
6.
4. So you can move that one, and this one you can move it, but you can't stop me unless you kill me before, because I'm player 2. 4, 5. So I'll move that one in a second. So we'll get these moved, and then we'll come back for the turn 3 movement phase of Blood Ravens. Right, something's happened. I moved this one back to there, and the sneaky little git, where I thought he was going to move it across here so no one was scoring it, he's moved it along. It's out of 3 inches of this, and on this side it's within 3 inches of one of my Warp Talons but 2 of his Terminators, and it's out of 3 inches of my troop squad that's in the building. So he will now score a victory point for this one, a victory point for that one. He's already on 1, so that puts him on 3 victory points now, which I'm not too chuffed about, because I'm only on 1, and I need to now try and catch that back up when it comes to my phase. And he's also just told me some sneaky shenanigans that he's going to be using, because of course here, and here are the teleport homers that the Terminator's placed. I don't know how many units are going, but something is. Let's see. So turn 3 movement complete. We have seen the Terminators that were previously up in this building have used their teleport homer and have dropped back to here to provide fire support against my Terminators. The Librarian has moved back behind. Gabriel is doing nothing other than providing support. The Land Raider has shifted. The Contemptor stayed put. and this Libby is on his way over to try and help against the Lord, and then this squad have moved forward and they're going for Warlord. Not sure I'm too happy about that either. So whilst I've still got quite a lot of models on the table, their effectiveness is now coming into question. This could be a decisive turn. So Psychics, what are you doing?
So I'm going to start this librarian here.
Yep.
I'm going to do the usual might of heroes on the Land Raider because there's still the threat of las cannons potentially.
Okay, let's go on then.
Which
That's
we'll
in.
get off.
Cool. If you'd used that for Smite, that would have been a super Smite.
And then I'm going to try Smite now.
Okay.
Which is not a super Smite.
But D3, how many? 2.
So pop the Terminator.
Pops Terminator. Gone.
And then over here,
Yes.
I'm going to be trying to cast Null Zone.
Okay. That's in.
7.
I think it's in. Null Zone. I'm pretty sure it's a 7. We'll check in a minute.
And then
Well, actually, before we should check now because in case you need to use a command point. Let's have a quick look. Be back to you in a sec. So it is actually at 8 warp charge power, so it didn't work. He only has 1 command point left, and he's keeping it.
Yeah.
So Smite, you say?
I'm going to try and go for a Smite. Which I'm going to
You've got.
Actually, no,
Okay.
because I pulled it off successfully, so it's gone up to warp charge 6.
No. So you're going to use your command point now. Could make all the difference. Use it. Use it. Use it. Or not.
I'm not going to. I'm going to say
No?
it. It's like
Okay.
more crucial.
Okay. I would have used it, but hey ho. So, do you want to go straight into shooting? Do you know what you're doing?
I think I need to have a little bit of a think first.
So, the Land Raider is opening fire first. What you doing?
So the las cannons are going all into the Terminator,
Okay.
and the Helios launcher is going to be firing at the las cannon Havocs again.
Okay.
They're not buffed this time.
And the
so
Storm Bolter?
and they're going for their only real target, to be honest, Terminators.
Okay. Go for it.
So the 4 las cannon shots hitting on 4s, re-rolling. So
3 hits.
Straight
Reasonable.
9.
2s. Just the 1. 5 up in Voln. Saved. Yeah, it was never going to be easy.
Hate you sometimes.
Thank you. I hate you too. So,
So 2
Storm.
shots.
What's this? Storm Bolter?
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm not quite sure with the Beta Bolter. It should have been 4 for all vehicles, but I think they might have nerfed it. So I'm not quite sure now. For vehicles.
Yeah, because I thought it was Terminators only.
No, it was for all vehicles would automatically get the extra shots for Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines, but do you know what? For the moment, until we know differently, do 4 shots.
4 shots?
Because that's what the rule was until the FAQ, and I'm not 100% certain I understand it. So
Okay.
I'm sure someone will correct us.
So
2 hits so far. Just the 2 hits. 4s to wound.
wait.
Just the 1. 2 up armor. Saved.
Okay.
Okay, so the Helios over at these Havocs.
10 shots.
10. Ooh, yeah, this is what we're used to with Nathan. Is lots of shots. So hitting on 4s.
Lots of misses, but re-rolling.
Yeah, that's not so bad then, is it?
So,
And then
7
3s,
hits.
because it's strength 7, isn't it?
Yep.
Just the 2, AP minus 1?
Yep.
So back to 3 ups again then, because I have the cover. Nope, I saved.
Okay, that could have gone a lot better.
It could have.
Um,
What's next? What's this?
I'll
Terminators?
do Terminators, that's a nice and easy
Okay,
one.
so there's the 3. I'm trying to think, have they got a...
Yeah, assault cannon and 2 storm bolts.
Okay.
So the assault cannon into the Terminators
So,
first.
so that'll be hitting on 4s.
Yep. And then,
And re-rolling the 1s, 2s and 3s, but not the 3.
oh, I'll take one away. Oh, well, that's not fair.
I'll tell you what, look. 1, 2, 3, you take that one away. 4, 5, 6, that one. So that one. That's, yeah,
Yeah.
that's about right
Yeah, that's
then, isn't
fair.
it? So that many hits. 3s. 4 wounds.
AP minus 1.
So 3 ups then. Saved.
Okay.
They're indestructible Terminators.
Terminator armor is very powerful. And then 8 shots.
Storm Bolters. So re-rolling everything for these. Okay. Then 4s to wound. 2.
Yep.
2 ups. Oh, took a wound. So one of the guys is onto 1 wound. Let's get a dice across to here. What's next?
Then I'll do the the scouts next.
Which ones?
Starting with 5
These
snipers.
ones? Doing what?
They're gonna fire at the Terminators.
Yeah, right call. I would do that. So 5 shots then. It's all about the mortal wounds, isn't it, with these dudes? Hitting on 3s.
No rerolls, sadly.
4 hits, looking for 6s.
1 mortal wound and 2 armor saves.
2 armor saves. So 2 ups. No, but that mortal wound pins that guy off.
Okay.
What's next?
My lone Devastator, he'll fire at Terminators.
Oh, the las cannon, yeah?
Yeah.
Come on then.
Misses, but reroll.
Hits.
Wounds.
So 5 up invul. No, d6.
But 1.
So pins another one off. What's next?
Here then, the scouts.
Yeah, you've got 2 units of scouts. You've still got the contemptor, and you've still got up here as well.
Okay. I'm gonna use this top scout squad.
Yep.
And
You want some time?
yeah, I think I will. Think about it.
Okay, some tactics going on here. What's next?
So this top scout squad.
Yep.
I'm gonna fire it at the raptors here and see what it does, because I want to try and I want to kill them because they've got metal pistols or metal guns rather. Because I want the dreadnought here to focus its fire on this squad.
You want to stop me getting an objective point.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Let's
So
see how this first squad
this is 4 snipers and a missile.
Yeah, so I'll do the snipers first. So 3 hits, but reroll. So 4 hits,
I hate Gabriel.
a mortal wound,
And then 1 save. So armor save. So that's 2 guys die. So I will lose a pistol. I'll lose the sergeant now as well. Your champion. So then the missile.
So a frag missile, d6,
4 shots. He always tells me he won't do these. And now he's done it.
So reroll.
So 4 hit. 4 hits. 4's to wound. 2.
Wounds.
3 ups. And another one goes. That's 1 melter gone. Not looking so good. So you've got 1 more scout squad up there to do.
Okay.
Hidden in that building.
So with the final scout squad, I'm going to fire a missile at this guy,
Right.
and then the snipers at the las cannon havocs.
Okay. And what type of missile are you firing?
I'm going to do a frag.
Frag again?
1 havoc.
Crack on then.
So
Crack on instead of a crack missile.
should have used 1 though.
Yeah.
So
Missed.
roll, hits,
4s.
wounds.
Come on. Saves.
Okay.
And then your 4 snipers down to this squad of 3 remaining las cannons.
So
2
2
hits.
4 hits.
So 4 hits. 5s to wound.
1
Just the
wound.
1. Saved.
Okay. The contemptor then.
So what's he doing?
I'm happy that there's only 1 left. It still could potentially do a lot of damage, but I need to really focus that objective. So I'm going to fire everything he's got and try and wipe that squad for now.
Okay.
And I might just have to suffer the consequences of leaving this guy alive, I think.
He's only 1 melter gun, isn't he?
Yeah, better than what it was at least. So
And I could fail morale yet.
hopefully.
So
12 carries shots. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
because you didn't move.
So 11,
So 11 hits. Okay, this is going to hurt. So 3s to wound.
9 wounds. No, 8 wounds.
8 wounds. So this is 4 up saves.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
Okay.
Only 2 died. So I need to pick the right ones. So let's pick those 2.
Okay.
And then the missile on the top.
So 2 frags.
Right, okay. 10 shots.
Okay.
So again, hitting on 2s and re-rolling.
So
So 9 hits.
4 still wound. 4 wounds.
4 wounds. 3 ups. And then pins another one down. That's 3 from that squad as well.
That could have gone a lot better, but
It could have done, but hey ho.
okay.
That just leaves over here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't think that your librarian is within 12 inches of these, which means that you can't shoot anything, because you can't shoot a pistol into a combat. You can only shoot if you're in the combat. But what are these guys firing at?
They're gonna fire the storm bolters.
Are you going to fire at the warlord, or are you going to fire at the havocs, or these dudes? Didn't do very well last time, but might do better next time. You want a moment?
No, they're gonna fire the cyclone missile launcher at the warlord. That's for sure.
Okay.
Try and get some big damage on that. And I'm gonna fire the storm bolters at the autocannon havocs.
The autocannon havocs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're quite nasty and a lot of shots. I'm not so fussed about the last cannons anymore, I think. I mean, they could still be deadly.
Braver words.
Oh, I don't know.
You got to decide.
Yeah.
You chose to carry on without me pausing.
I'm gonna go for the autocannons then.
Okay, so what are you going to do first?
I'll do the missiles.
Okay, so 2 shots at the warlord.
No hits.
No, because you moved.
Yeah.
Okay, so 16 stormbolter shots. You do it in halves again?
Yeah.
So 3s to hit.
All hits.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 5s to wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 3 ups. So 1 dies. Do the terrain everywhere. This is the other half.
3 wounds.
3 more wounds. 3 ups. And another 1 dies. So that's down to 2. Okay.
The chaplain.
Chaplain, yes. What's he going to do?
How right? Does he have a 2 up armor save?
2 up, yeah.
He's going to fire at the autocannon havocs as well then.
Yeah, 4 more shots then. Hitting on 3s.
So 1 hit.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's just all the shooting gun now.
Okay, let's stop and you can have a think about where you're going to charge. So, we've got some charges. The first one is the librarian coming in on to join against the Chaos Lord. Can't fail. Yes.
Could have.
But it's about where you want to be positioned.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. He's just about within 3 inches of the objective still. And then here, Terminators charging.
The hell right.
Okay, so do your charge and then I'll do some Overwatch. Oh crikey, yeah, they're in. So let's get some dice together. So I've got a flamer first. D6 auto hits. 1. No wound. Brilliant stuff. Then 2 shots from my warp fire lance. 1 hit. And this is strength 6. 1 wound. And that is AP minus 3.
No.
So D6 damage. Oh, 1 damage. And then the last one, because I forgot this one last time, is the Void Cutter. Assault 1. Hits. This is strength 8. At wounds, it's AP minus 4. Flat 3 damage. So I did finish off and kill 1.
I'm going to take this guy.
Okay, so then they make their charge in. You can move them in a minute, and I understand that the chaplain is going to be going in as well.
Oh, yes.
He's only going to need about 4 or 5. Does he make it?
He does.
He does. Okay, so let's move them in, and then we'll come back for the fight phase. And this is what it looks like when they've charged in. So moving over to here, we're starting with the librarian. He's just checking how many attacks he has. My guess is 3 hitting on 3s.
Yep.
So I was just trying to work out he's similar to a sorcerer.
Yeah.
So hitting on 3s, 3 attacks with his force sword.
So
That'll be
hits.
3 hits then.
Straight 4.
Wounding on 4s.
2
2. So my 4 up saves is what I need. Of which I've made 1. So D3 damage. Just the 1. So I'm down to 3. And then across to the other side we have here. So who are you doing first? The chaplain or the Terminators?
We'll start with the chaplain. So I believe he's 3 attacks. Just quickly double check.
So the chaplain is 3 hits, hitting on 2s. That's 3 hits. He is strength 5 and I am toughness 5. So 4s to wound. No wounds. Okay, but now it's the Terminators. So they're all power. Oh no, 2 power fists and a sword.
I'll start with the sword.
So 3 attacks with the sword.
Hits.
3 hits. So 5s to wound.
No wounds.
Nothing. This is looking good at the moment. So 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s and 2s. Damn, that's the chaplain done that. So 3 hits. This will be 3s to wound. Oh, the dice, they certainly stomped on you. It's AP minus 3, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to decide if I want to use a command point. No, I'm going to save it. I'm
Sure.
going to still save it.
Okay, so 5 up save. No, D3 damage. 2. So I'm down to 4 wounds. Now that's the end of the charges. Now you can engage the first and only unit that's already in combat, which is the sergeant. So 3 attacks, hitting on 3s.
3 hits.
Wounded on 4s. No wounds. Those dice have dumped on you this time. Alright, I'm going to do the one that I know off the top of my head, which is the Lord. So I'm still going to attack that sergeant because I want to finish him because I don't like him. So 2s to hit, re-rolling 1s because of myself. 4 hits. 3s to wound. 3 wounds. AP minus 1 or 2, I think. But that's enough to kill him.
Yeah.
You're not going to use the command point for that?
Saving it still.
Still saving it. Okay. So let's have a look and see what the Hellwright does. So the Hellwright gets 3 attacks base. He uses an Infernal Axe. So he's going to attack the Terminators. So he's weapon skill 2. So let's go for it. 2s to hit. That's 3 hits. An Infernal Axe is strength plus 1 and he's strength 5, so 6. So 3s to wound. So that's 2 wounds and it is AP minus 3.
5 ups.
And it's flat 2 damage.
Be 2 dead.
So 2 dead. And I haven't finished yet.
Okay. Now I'm going to take the sergeant and the basic turn left.
Okay. And then 2 attacks with his mecha tendrils. So he missed with the 1,
Death to false emperor.
but he gets death to the false emperor and still missed. And this is strength 5, so 3s. So that's a wound, and it's no AP, so it's just a straight 2 up. So that's safe. So yeah, I think he looked after himself reasonably well there. And that is the end of the fight phase. So we do have a morale phase to do. It's not looking too good for this bloke here,
He'll be using the chaplain's leadership.
which is leadership
9.
9. There are 3 units around him, and he lost 2. So that's 5 off of that. You need to roll a 4. And a 4 was rolled. Okay, so for me, these guys are okay. Here, I lost 3 guys. So leadership here, 3 units around you, and you've lost 2 guys. You need to roll a 4 or below.
Yeah, because I'm using the chaplain's leadership. So
Reroll,
6.
and they shall know no fear. That's what you need. So over here, I lost 3 guys. I'm leadership 8. Don't want to roll high. So 8, that's exactly what I need. So I don't lose anyone else. And here I lost 3 guys. I'm only leadership 7. He's okay. And over here I didn't lose enough to warrant an actual check. And over here I lost 3 guys. So as long as I don't roll a 6, which I roll. Let me just double check the leadership on Terminators. I don't think they're like Space Marine ones that have had a bonus to it. Let's see, they are, oh no they are, they're leadership 9, so they're okay. Fair play, I'll take that. That's the end of the first half of turn 3. So bottom half of turn 3, the Terminators are closing in, as is the Raptor, who's moved in close enough to make sure he gets, if he does get the hit, that he might do some more damage. I've consolidated around this objective, and the squad of 3 are there and there to make sure that they hold that objective if they're not killed. I've moved the 2 Havocs closer to the Librarian, and I've fallen back out of combat next to that objective, and the Warp Talons are going to try and join the fight here. Other than that, that's all I've got left now. So let's go straight into shooting. I'm going to start off with this dude has got a Soul Burner pistol, which is a pistol 2, strength dash 1 damage, and all you have to do is get a hit and it causes a mortal wound. So I'm going to do 2 shots straight at that Terminator. And we need to not roll ones, because ones inflict a mortal wound on me. And incidentally, I regenerated a wound. So that's 2 hits, that's 2 mortal wounds on the Terminator.
Dead then.
That's him dead. That makes life a little bit easier. So these guys have got nothing to shoot at. Let's now do the 2 Havocs there with the autocannons. So 4 shots at your librarian. So that's 3 hits. 3s to wound. 3 wounds at AP -1. 2 damage each. He's dead.
He is.
Unless you use that 1 command point.
No, still going to save it.
Still going to save it.
Crucial later on.
Let's remove him. I want to see him go. Bye bye. Off he goes. So now let's try here with the melter gun in on the Contemptor. 3s to hit. That's a miss. Next, 3 las cannons firing down through at the Land Raider. No rerolls. 1 hit. 3s to wound.
Because he's Mighty Heroes.
Mighty Heroes, 4s to wound. That's a wound. 5 up armor. Nope. Still not using the command point?
I am. I'm finally going to use it.
Not saying
It's
anything.
useful.
Not saying anything, but that's a little bit unfair.
Out of curiosity, what was the damage you would have done?
I would have rolled 5.
Very happy I did it then.
Okay, so he's still alive on 7. So over to here, I'm going to do 4 shots at the scouts on the top. So this is the champion for the Terminators. 4 shots up here. 4 hits, because I'm within 12. 4s to wound. 4 wounds, but you've got the 2 up saves because you're in cover.
1 goes. So I'm just going to take a scout. Regular scout.
So sniper, 1 sniper less. So then that just leaves here. I've now got 1 plasma in rapid fire and 2 bolt guns at not, and an extra plasma that's not. So let's start off with the 2 bolt guns, single shots, 2 hits, 4s to wound, 2 wounds, 1 dies, and then 3 shots with plasma. So that's 1 rapid fire and 1 single shot. That's 1 hit, 3s, that's 1 wound, and that's 1 dead because it's AP -3. So 2 scouts down, and that is all of the shooting. I know I did him, I missed. So that's it, I'm done. I have nothing else to do other than close combat. So let's have a look. So charge phase. I've got a 5-inch charge for these into the Terminators, and I'm going to be going to the left so that he can't heroically intervene. So I've made the charge. Do I survive the Overwatch?
Hopefully not.
Go for it.
So
What's first?
6 assault shots.
So 6s and re-rolling. Nope, none.
No.
Nope, still none. And then is it 8 shots with Stormbolters?
Yep.
Nope. And re-rolling.
2 hits.
Wounds. 1 wound. Saved. Okay, so I'll move those in a minute. Then here, these guys are going to charge in. I'll roll my dice. That's sufficient that I can bubble wrap him just in case it doesn't go the way I want it to go. So that will stop him from being able to walk away. And that's all the charges that I've got to do. So I'm going to move everyone in and then we'll resolve the fights. So let's do the Warp Talons first. Hitting on 3s. No 1s to re-roll. However, there are 3 Death to the False Emperors. So that's good. Lots of hits. 4s to wound and re-rolling failed wounds. That's them so far, and the rest. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds at AP -2. So it's your 4 up invuln. Your Rosarius flashes. Does it keep him alive? 2, 3, 4. I think he's on 1 wound. I think he's on 1 wound. Okay. So the next charging unit is the Terminators around the back here. So we'll start off with the champion with a sword. 3 attacks. He hit twice. 4s to wound. 1 wound. That's 1 wound taken. And then 2 attacks plus 1, 3 attacks for the lightning claws. That's 3 hits. Still no death to the False Emperors there. 4s. 3 wounds. AV -2. So 4s. So that kills a Terminator.
I'm going to take the Sergeant.
Sergeant. Okay. And then I get to get my first unit that's already in a fight, which is my only unit, which is my Warlord. So he gets 3 attacks at 2s to hit, plus 1 for death to the False Emperor. No, so 3 hits. He is strength 6. So 1 wound at AP -3.
Can he survive it?
Flat 2. He's dead. Chaplain down. Chaplain down. Call an apothecary before we rip him into shreds. And then you can attack back down here with your Terminators.
So
There's 2
attacks.
guys to get through.
They'll have rerolls. Can you reroll?
So this is the power fists. So you can't re-roll 3s, but you can roll 1s and 2s. So 2 hits. Damage. Sorry, wounded. Yes. So you wounded. 5 up invulns. So I saved 1, and how much damage do you do? Just the 1. Not enough. So I'll put a wound marker on. That is the end of the fight. There'll be no morale tests to do. So we'll just consolidate stuff, do some consolidate moves down here, and then we'll see where we go. Right then, so beginning of turn 4. We need to see where the objectives move. I've secured technically 2 at the moment, as long as I'm still alive. There's nothing you can stop it other than killing units. So let's do this one down here to see who gets to move it. 5 to beat. 2. So you can move it in a minute, but I'll still be within 3 inches. So this one down here. 5. 3. You can move it again, but I'm still going to be within 3. So we'll move that in a minute. The 2 important ones. So the one over here, if I can move that away from you, you're still going to, actually you're going to still be within 3, I think, but let's see. You're probably going to win it anyway. You do, so you can move that in a minute, 3 inches, and then here,
5.
can you stop rolling 5s? It stays put. So, okay.
That's quite handy.
So that one I will win because there's nothing you can do to stop that now. So turn 4 movement for Blood Ravens. So this objective has moved to here. He's put this objective through to the other side. That one stayed put, and this one has moved around the corner. So at the beginning of this phase, the Blood Ravens score 1 additional point, which puts them on 4 to my 1 still. However, I am currently sitting on 3, which could put me back in the game once we get to my turn. Depends what happens next. This is going to be, I think, the most important shooting phase of the game. Let's see. Stop trying to get attention, dog. We're trying to film a battle report. So, movement phase. The Land Raider has moved across. Again, the Contemptor stayed put. Gabe has moved or not moved?
He has moved.
Moved slightly, and the Librarian has moved around, looking to smite me off, I'm guessing. So that's that. We have Psychic phase now. What are you doing?
So first of all, I'll start with Smite.
Okay. That's in.
So that's just going to kill the 1 wound Terminator.
Yeah, but it's D3 damage. You might kill the other one.
Okay.
Which it does. So that's Terminators down. That is my unit that was currently giving me Linebreaker is killed. And anything else that you're doing?
Might have Heroes onto the Land Raider.
Okay, what range is it?
Actually, that's a very good question. I believe it's a 12. I might just... Oh no, I'm in.
Okay, so cast on then. And that's done. So that's a successful Psychic phase. Okay, I was wondering why Nathan moved the Land Raider over there. And he hasn't told me, but I've just seen what he's been measuring. So this is not going to be potentially very pleasant for me. Horrible man. So, what are you doing first?
So I'm going to start with Gabriel.
Yep.
He's going to try and throw...
So Gabriel's behind there. He's throwing a frag grenade.
At the Raptor.
Okay, how many shots?
D3?
Do you know what? I'm not sure. Bear with me. I'm sure I've got them here somewhere. Frag grenade is D6, strength 3.
Okay.
So just the one.
He
hits and needs a 5.
wounds.
Really? 3 up save. I'm right.
Okay.
You didn't get the cheap kill that you were hoping for.
So, now this might be a little bit overkill, but this scout squad here, I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to put 4 snipers into the one raptor.
Yeah.
And the missile launcher is going to go over at this squad here.
Crack or frag?
Frag.
Frag. Okay.
So the 4 snipers.
Yeah. Try and kill the raptor.
Definitely overkill, but I need it dead. So 4 hits.
Oh dear. 3 wounds. No mortals. 1 at a time. Saved.
Stop it.
Saved.
Stop it.
Saved.
Okay.
I take too much pleasure from these things.
D6 then. So
6. God, that nearly rolled to a 2. So
Reroll 1.
yeah, so that'll be 6 hits then. Yeah.
Yeah.
4s to wound. Just a 3.
wounds.
3 ups.
That's
Oh,
more like it.
there's all the dice.
That's
Oh,
much more
crikey.
like it.
1, 2, and a 3rd one. So 3 dead from there from a frag missile. That's not very nice at all.
Okay. And then
What's next?
with this scout squad,
Yep.
they're gonna fire 3 snipers into those las cannon havocs.
To the last cannon havocs there.
And
Yeah.
a rocket launcher at them as well.
Okay. You got no rerolls from these dudes.
No rerolls.
Okay.
So 3 snipers because they have lost a guy.
Yep.
So
2 hits.
1 wound.
1 wound. 2 up. Saved.
Okay. And then crack missile.
Hits.
Then we-
Doesn't wound.
Okay.
Last command point. Oh, already used.
The 3-man scout squad here
Yep.
are gonna fire at this raptor.
You're going to try and kill that raptor. This could be the most unkillable raptor ever. 2 hits.
I want a
Single
6.
6 is what you're looking for, isn't it? 1 wound to save. Saved.
Okay.
I think you wanted to call me a name then, I think.
Yeah, I had to hold back a bit. So
what does that leave you over there? Just the Contemptor.
He's gonna fire 2 crack missiles at that raptor,
Okay.
and his carries at those 2 men.
You sure? Because don't forget, the Keres are 2 different guns. So they're 2 different
True.
arms. They can fire. I'm not trying to lead you because
No, that is true.
I don't care where you shoot. I can't believe that the raptor is still alive. You've still got a las cannon. Las cannon
Although I
Devastator.
don't think he can see.
Yeah, no, he
that.
can. He's at a decent angle.
Sure, I'll fire that, and that'll be definitely overkill if it does
Yeah.
hit.
That's a
It was
miss.
anyway.
I knew that was going to happen.
You're cursing the dice. I don't like it.
So the reason that he really wants to kill this raptor is once the raptor's dead, the Land Raider is closer to the Lord that's holding that objective back there, and he's going to try and put a las cannon in my face. But he can't do it unless the raptor is dead. So what is this Contemptor going to do? Do you want a bit of time?
Yeah, I need to think about this.
Okay, overkill of the century coming up. Tell me, Nathan, what is he doing?
I can't risk it. So 2 carries assault cannons into that 1 raptor,
Go on then.
and then the missile launcher's going at the 2 space marines.
I did say I thought 1 Keres would be enough, but he's adamant because of the way he's been rolling the dice, he needs more.
After what I've seen,
You probably get about 15 wounds now off of 12.
like this.
1 miss, but re-rolling. So you've got 12 hits. Straight 6, 3s to wound. You have to roll that one, you can't just place it. Yeah, is that
9 wounds.
8 wounds? No, 9 wounds, yeah.
9 wounds.
Do you want them 1 at a time,
No,
just to
I
be
do not.
really annoying?
Roll them.
So 4 ups, saved, dead. So I actually would have failed 4 of those. So
I
he's
feel happy
dead.
now.
He is dead. And then your missiles over here,
Yeah.
are they frag or crack?
2 cracks.
2 cracks,
2 hits.
2 hits,
2 wounds.
2 wounds, AP -2, 5 ups, and they're dead. That's a clean sweep. So I guess the only question I have for you is for the Land Raider. How many of his weapons are firing down at the Lord?
So 4 las cannons are at the Lord, and the Helios launcher are going for the 3 space marines over here, taking that objective.
Oh.
Indirect fire. So
Oh, I forgot that. Go on then.
So starting with the las cannons, hitting on 4s but re-rolling. 3 hits, re-rolling 1. So
Wounding on 2s.
3 wounds.
Okay, this is a bit mean. He's lulled me into a false sense of security because off camera he was telling me how he's lost this game and he's just done a dodgy. Right, 4 up invuln saves. He's only got 3 wounds. How many wounds did you do to him? You did 7. Okay, he's dead. So he is no longer holding that objective. Thank you. I'll put him in my dead pile. This is this turn's dead pile here. Not too special. How many shots over here at my 3 men? 4 shots. Ooh, might not be enough.
Re-rolling the 2s.
Just the 2. You ain't gonna do it.
2 wounds.
2 dead. Oh, okay. So I need to keep that one guy alive. I can't fail morale, but that's not ideal. So I've still got 1 guy here holding that objective. So I will still score that. So where I thought I was going to be scoring 3 for my turn, I'm actually only going to score 1. And that's a problem. That's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take all these dead bodies off the table and we'll see where we are. Okay, at the beginning of that turn I scored just the 1, whereas I thought I was going to score 3. So it's now 4-2 as we come towards the end of turn 4. So I have moved the squad that was here around the back to surround that objective and camp on it. The 1 lone marine has moved forward. I've advanced moved the squad of 2 havocs to go across there. Physically, if I'm alive, he can't take it from me, but we've heard this before. The havocs have repositioned here so that they can all see and kill, hopefully, that las cannon horrible land raider. I rolled a massive advance move for the warp talons, so they're charging forward. If I survive, I'm going to take that one. And I also advanced forward the Hellright. My warlord is charging down the table, and he regenerated a wound again. And that's it for movement. Shooting, the only unit I've got is these 3. Now I'm going to roll 3 hits, 3 wounds. Nathan's going to roll 3 fails, and I'm going to roll 18 damage, and I'm going to kill that land raider so it could never be used again. So here comes triple 1. 2 hits, 3s to wound because there's no mighty heroes on it.
Yes, there is.
Oh, there was mighty heroes. Oh yeah, because you smited. Okay, 4s to wound. 1 wound.
5 up.
Nope, that's a 1. 1 damage.
6 wounds.
That's not enough. And that's the end of my turn. That was quick. It was painful, but it was quick. So that is the end of turn 4. We're now into turn 5 and we have to roll off to see where objectives go. So let's roll for the important ones. This one. 1. It stays put. The one down here. 2. 3. I'm going to make it stay put actually. I'm happy with where it is because it's right in the middle. This one here.
3.
4. So this one is going to jump across here. So it's in position there. And then the final one, which I can make you not earn.
Ooh.
Yes. So could you move it 3 inches that way so it's not within 3 of any of your army? Excellent. So at the beginning of turn 5, which could be the last turn of the game, you don't score anything. And I'm currently sat on 2 objectives. Over to you, Blue. So turn 5 movement phase. The Contemptor has finally found his legs. So has Gabriel Angelos, who I was beginning to think was a bit of a coward. And they've moved across to make sure that as long as they're alive, they hold that objective. They're getting a bit nervous that I might just do a last minute steal. And that's it. Nothing else has moved. So it's psychic phase now. Oh, the Lib moved a little bit. What's he doing?
The usual might heroes.
Oh yeah, because he's got a gap through underneath there across to there. And that's might have heroes done on the Land Raider again. Do you want to go straight into shooting?
Yeah, we could do.
Go on then. What you doing?
I'm going to start with the Land Raider.
Okay.
This is probably one of the most important ones.
Yep.
So.
Because he's the only one who can get to them.
So I'm not going to risk it at all. Las Cannons and Helios are going into those two Havocs.
Okay.
Because I need them dead.
Do the Las Cannons first.
So.
Re-rolling. So 3 hits. 2 wounds. 6 ups. I'm dead.
Yeah.
That's it. So that squad is wiped. So I'm not holding that on my turn. What's next?
Okay. Next, the Contemptor is going to be firing everything into the Warp Talons.
Yes, because you're in range. So you're hitting on 3s, but re-rolling 1s and 2s. Sorry, re-rolling 1s, not 2s. So what's first?
So I'll do his carries.
Okay.
So re-rolling.
Re-rolling 1s, but 2s are misses. That's still not bad. So that's 9 hits so far. 3s to wound.
6 wounds.
So 6 wounds.
81.
So 4 ups.
Another
So
2.
2 die. So I'll take 2, him and him.
And then 2 frag missiles
2 frag missiles.
at 11 shots.
Oh shit. Oh, shouldn't have said that. YouTube police will have me.
So
Reroll the 1s. Okay, that's not bad.
4s. So 4 wounds.
4 wounds. Looking for 3 ups.
Another 1.
Another 1 dies.
Okay.
What's next?
This scout squad.
So the one on the bottom
No,
or the
sorry,
middle, right?
I'm going
Yep.
to go for this one.
This squad
So-
here, there's 3 left.
So they're going to shoot the 2 Warp Talons.
Okay,
Try and finish them off with 1 hit.
1 hit.
1 more wound.
Mortal
1
wound. So 1 dies and the other one saves. So that's just going to be the champion that's still alive.
Okay. And then
Who's next?
the top scout squad, so the 4-man one, they're going to fire the missile launcher at that Warp Talon
Yeah,
and the 4 snipers at the Havocs.
at the Havocs. Okay.
So, frag launcher, 2 shots, 2 hits,
No wounds.
and then 3 snipers.
This is at the Havocs. Yeah, so all hit.
More wound and arm save.
So 2 up armor because of the barricades. So but 1 dies. It's 1 las cannon down. Next.
The Devastator in here is going to fire at that Warp Talon.
Right. That's a hit.
Hits. No wound.
No wound.
Okay. And then I believe all that's left is the final 5-man scout squad, and they're gonna do the same as the other one. So the missile launcher at
Missile
Warp
at the Warp Talon.
4 snipers at the Havocs.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do a crack launcher this time.
Okay. That's a hit.
Hits, wounds.
Wound. So 5 up demon save. Saved.
And then 4 sniper shots. 3 hits. Reroll the 2 because I gave you roll. 4 hits. 1 more wound and 1 unsave.
So armor save. No. Oh, made it. So 1 more goes.
Okay, yeah, I think that's me all done now.
Okay. So that's the end of turn 5, first half, and that's pretty brutal. I've got 1 guy left. Let's do his leadership. So he survived. This guy over there on a 6, he dies. No, he's okay. Phew. So at the beginning of my turn, I score 1 point for holding this objective. So that puts me up to 3. You're still on 4, aren't you?
Yeah.
Alright, the fight's not over yet. Although it's going to be tough to deal with that. Let's see. So, quickest turn that I've ever had. Down here, I just stayed and held and hold on to that. Over here, I've done a run move with around to there. I need to stay alive for if the game goes on. And here, the Warp Talon has made it across, and the Hellrite is just outside. But you never know, it might move if we have a turn 6. So as it stands, it is 4 points to 3 points, unless my Warp Talon's within 24. Can you just check to see if I'm within 24 of there? Because if I am, no, I'm not.
Not quite.
Because that would have been line breaker. Hadn't even thought about that till then. So if the game ends now, because I've got nothing to shoot, I've had to advance everything that has moved. If the game ends there, it is a win to the Blood Ravens. If it carries on, he'll automatically score a point over there. But that's it. And I'll be sitting on 3 objectives. He'll have to deal with me. Let's see. Does it end on a 1 or a 2? It carries on. Turn 6. Blood Ravens.
Yeah, very.
So, objectives. Let's roll to see if this one moves.
1.
I needed that. So I'm moving that back to there. So my Warlord can try and keep it. This one. Does it move? No. So this one stays put. The one that I'm holding, you can move it. We'll move it in a minute, but I'm still going to be holding it. And then this one that I can't really stop you, 3. I'll move that one. So turn 6 movement. Did the Contemptor move, or did he stay put?
He stayed put.
He stayed put. The Termies have charged forward, so they're now in range to try and kill the Warp Talon. And Nathan realised that even if the Land Raider moved, he cannot see the Havoc. So his indirect fire is the only thing that can do it. So I'm praying for a double 1 on how many shots he does. So, any psychics to be done?
No, there's no need to Mighty Heroes at this point.
No, there isn't.
So
You're right. Okay, so shooting. What's first?
So I'm going to start with the Terminators.
Yeah, because you want to clear him off so you can then shoot my Warlord.
Yeah. So 6 shots for the assault cannon, hitting on 4s.
Yeah, re-rolling 1s and 2s. Because of Gabe. Okay.
5 hits.
3s to hit. 3s to wound, rather.
3 wounds. AP minus 1.
Okay, 4 ups.
So
3 ups. I saved.
Okay, and then the Stormbolter guy.
Yes, 4 shots. 3 hits.
4 hits.
4 hits. 4s to wound.
3 wounds.
2 ups because I'm in cover. Oh, he's dead. Okay. That opens the field now that this is the closest model to everything.
So the 3 snipers over there will start with them. So
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
3
Yep.
shots into
Alright.
the
Okay.
power right.
I healed, by the way. So, go on then.
So
2 hits.
more wound with armor save.
More wound. So no armor save, but as I kept forgetting to do, I've got Unholy Fortitude. Ignore it on a 6. Nope. So I've taken a wound. So I'm down to 7 now. Sorry, down to 6 now. Normally 6, but I get an extra 1 because of the Unholy Fortitude Warlord trait. Next.
Next then we'll do the Land Raider. So 4 las cannons into the Hellrite, and then Helios into the Havoc.
Into the Havoc.
objective.
Which one are you doing first?
We'll do the Helios.
Go on then. 4 shots. Ooh, hitting on 4s.
Reroll
2
it.
hits. Still 2 hits. 3s to wound. 1 wound. AP minus 1.
Yeah.
I need to roll a 4 up to keep the point and keep me in the game.
It's done it.
Does it on a 6. Marked not for death. And then 4 las cannons at my Warlord. Oh, 2 hits. 3 hits. 3s to wound. 1 wound. 5 up demon save. Nope. D6 damage. Just the 1. Can I ignore it? Nope. So down to 5.
So the Lone Devastator.
Lone Devastator, las cannon. Hits. Wounds. Demon save. Oh, nope. 5 damage. Can I ignore them on 6s? I'm on 1 wound remaining.
Okay.
I think you're going to get that.
Then this scout squad up here, firing everything
Squad
down.
over here, yeah.
So 4 snipers.
Yeah.
3 snipers, sorry, for the top squad.
3 hits. 1 wound, because you need 5s. 2 up. Saved.
And then the cracked missile launcher.
Hits. Fails to wound, needs the 3.
Then the other squad
Yeah,
4 snipers.
4 snipers. These are the ones I'm worried about. So 3 hits, 3 wounds. Let's get 3 dice. 2 ups, 1 wound. I have 1 wound left. 6 up. Unholy Fortitude to stay alive on my Warlord. He's dead. That's Warlord kill, and that will be game. Good game, sir.
Very good game.
The reason we've called it there is I needed to hold that one, and if I didn't hold that one, I had no chance. So, because I will score 2 points on my turn, which will bring me up to 4, and he's just scored Warlord kill, which puts him on 5. And then thereafter, this guy will die, I'm sure. They won't be able to stay alive. I think that's it. Good game. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. If you liked this, don't forget you can comment and subscribe and tell your friends.